Hi, I'm going to go over how to push your C9 web pages to GitHub. And here is a little website that I created just for fun to use as an example. And yes, bad unicorns like bacon because they're bad. But first we want to know, what is Git? Git is a system that saves our code. It works like a camera that takes a picture of our code and stores the photos so that we can later go back and view what changes we've made. Think of it like your school photos, where you can go and see how you've changed over time. Git works like Save As, where it saves our changes by pushing them to GitHub, but it's also like Save As on steroids because rather than just saving our changes, it keeps previous copies of them for us. We access Git through the console in C9, and the instructions on how to access Git are at the HTML Playground website. What is GitHub? GitHub is a repository, a place where things are stored, that keeps our code and albums for us in individual repositories. So think of GitHub as a bookshelf and the individual repositories as photo albums. Anytime we want to go back to see our previous code, we can. So why do we want Git and GitHub? As we make updates and improve our code, sometimes we type something that breaks our code. We want to be able to go back and change it back to a previous version and try again. Also, if we want to reuse code, we can simply look up what we did before without having to completely rewrite our code from scratch, and it saves us a lot of time. GitHub also allows other people to see our code, make changes, and save their changes where we can view it as well. This is very powerful since others may be able to help us solve a problem that we're having. GitHub also allows Sabrina and I to see your web pages anytime without you having to be logged into C9 at the same time. So first thing we need to do is add Git to our existing projects. We're going to start out by initiating Git, and I am going to do Control-C to copy Git init, come down to my console, and paste it in. You can also type this out. Okay. Next step is adding Git. So I'm going to do Control-C, and the dot here is our current file or folder that we're in, and it's going to add everything there to GitHub for us. Come back down, Control-V to paste it, and hit Enter. And then finally, we need to comment on everything that we do to help us keep track of what changes we've made each time we push information to GitHub. So I'm going to copy this comment, and we're going to commit our initial commit and hit Enter. Okay, now you're going to see I got an error message here. The reason is our text editor has stylized our quotes. So I'm going to paste this again and come back and change these quotes. And you might be able to see here where here the quotes are straight and previously they're curved. So when I hit Enter again, it's added. Now, if we go in and change code, we don't have to go through all that again. The only thing we need to do is do the git add period, and that'll push all of our folders and files that we're working on there over to GitHub, and then commit a new comment such as change cuz. Or you might want to get specific and say, I added a photo, or whatever other change you did. So next, we need to share the information to GitHub, which by now you should have already set up a profile. So what I'm going to do is start a project, because I'm already logged in. I'm going to call this Unicorns Are Bad. Not going to bother with the description right now. Come down and create repository. Okay. So here the first instruction is to create a new repository on the command line. That's what we just did, so we don't need to do that. What we're going to do is come down and do the push an existing repository from the command line. So to push everything over, we're going to copy this first line. Control C to copy. Come down, paste that into the console, Control V. And then we're going to copy the second line. And paste it in. Okay, and now it's asking me to log in. So I'm going to type in my GitHub username. I'm going to type in my password here, but you're not going to see me typing it in. Okay, and it took it. Alright, and that's all set up now. So now the last thing that we need to do is Sabrina wants a copy of our websites. So what we're going to do now is go into our repository, click Settings, scroll down to where it says GitHub Pages, and under Source, select Master Branch and save. Now when we scroll back down, it says your site is ready to be published at esriandjazz.github.io/unicorns are bad. And I don't want that period in there. I'm going to copy that, type in my name and my site address, and hit send. Alright, almost there. Click I'm not a robot, because I'm fairly certain I'm human, and return to the original site. And we're done. That's it.